impact on your way of thinking. Starting off this evening, welcome Ameer Sadi, an ASD alumni from the class of 2024, who's now pursuing international history at Georgetown University in Qatar. In addition to his studies, Ameer serves as the director of regional tournaments for international academic competitions. Please join us in giving a warm round of applause for Ameer Sadi and his talk, The Age of Decentralized Power.
Geopolitics, or the theme of politics as a whole. When we tend to think of this subject, we tend to think of great states competing with each other, major powers like the United States or Russia, or in my field of history, we tend to think of great leaders, great men who've changed the world. But of course, this type of approach to humanities and the social sciences tends to forget what we're studying at the end of the day, which is us people, right? We're studying the story of humanity. So here, I'd like to tell you about how global politics is changing and how people have more power than ever before. I want to talk about social media in an age of decentralized power where every single one of us has the ability to make a difference. Let's take a look at this man. Mahmoud Hems is a photojournalist from the Gaza Strip. He's been documenting war crimes since October 7th. And it would be easy to say that his power comes from his camera, right? Documenting the different events that take place within the Strip. But that wouldn't be true. His power doesn't come from his camera. His power comes from his phone, his laptop, his connection to the internet. His power comes from the ability to share the events that are taking place, to show the world that there are atrocities occurring. His photos would mean nothing without the ability to share it with the world and show people what's truly going on. What I'm getting at here is that every single one of you has a journalistic device in your pocket, and that's called your phone. Every single one of you has the ability to take your phone out, to take a picture, to take a video, and to share it with the world, and to expose all the injustices that occur, whether small or as big as watching your own people annihilated in front of your very eyes. Let's talk about organization. For a lot of human history, it's been rather hard to get protest movements together, right? As a student of history, I know that mass movements like BLM were not particularly common in the Bronze Age, right? But the reason that this happens is because people didn't have the ability or the power to communicate that they wanted this to happen. But most importantly, they didn't have the ability to communicate to each other and understand that they had the same grievances as one another. In an age of social media, we now see social movements popping up across the world. The Arab Spring, BLM, Occupy Wall Street. This is all possible because on the internet, we now all understand that we're going through the same things. We see other people in our community share the same grievances we do, and we get together and we say, you know what? This can be better. This should be changed. We need to do something different. Before the age of social media, this simply wouldn't have been possible. And now today, we're in an age in which movements are springing up all across the world. Because now, more than ever, we can evade government censorship. We can use the internet as a different space, a different platform to have public discourses that may not be possible physically. And finally, I also want to talk about solidarity. I've already explained how we now can spread the word through social media. We can talk about how atrocities are happening. I also talked about how communities can now get together and understand that they have the same grievances and protest against the issues that exist in their homelands. But these two things together create one final result, and that's international solidarity. This is a mural of George Floyd in East Jerusalem on the apartheid wall that separates West and East Jerusalem. What does BLM have to do with the Palestinian struggle? Well, at surface level, not a lot, right? But when you get deeper, it's the same core issues: racism, colonialism, oppression, and in the past, of course, in the United States, apartheid as well. It's only because of the internet that people can see each other's experiences from halfway across the world and go, you know what, I recognize that. I live in the United States, and I see a man in Palestine going through what he goes through, and I go, you know what, I've seen that before in my own country, and make that connection. These connections are only possible through social media. These connections only happen because we have the ability to humanize each other now, because we can see what's going on in the rest of the world. It's not normal that we can see this many injustices taking place in the world all at once. It's not normal that you open up your phone and you see all these disasters taking place all over the world. And we see this now. With the events taking place in Palestine, we now see more people are talking about the civil war in Sudan, the atrocities in Darfur, or talking about the exploitative cobalt mining in the Congo. These things are only possible because people finally made that connection. They realized this is an atrocity, and we need to stop these other atrocities taking place as well. So before I go, I urge you to consider this one thing, that we now have more power than ever before. That thanks to the age of social media, we now can spread the news about atrocities. We can recognize that people in our community also have the same grievances, and we can reach across the world and find humanity in all of us. But the most powerful thing about it is that we all have the same device that enables us to do the most powerful thing, and that's to tell the truth. Thank you.